Yo, man. Welcome back to another episode of that Stay Off My Grass podcast. You got your boy, Suns fan Randy. You got Jerry over there.
What's good?
You got your boy Jax in the building. Raider fan Jax is in the building. Let's kick it off with them Raiders and the Bengals, man. The Raiders and the Bengals had a good game today. What was the score? Was it 19-26?
Yeah, 26-19. We honestly beat ourselves. Like penalties and drops.
Yeah, it was a lot of iffy. Could have went either way penalties out there today.
Did you freeze?
I think so, a little bit.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Jax is back.
All right.
Oh, that was me. Oh, my bad. Yeah, penalties and drops are easily the reason we lost this game. It was annoying. Like a bunch of false starts, holding, stuff like that, and then key drops on third downs. It's like you're not going to win a playoff game like that.
Right. And it was I was like, man, I need to go get me a Jamar Chase jersey tomorrow. I was just that boy is out there going crazy.
Yes, man.
Jamar is nice. Like you just know it's like if you get those, like that's the biggest reason. Like if we keep Derek Carr, that I want to get Devontae Adams just because of that connection you got. No, it's like you got that call it like him and Jamar, like Joe Burrow and Jamar just picked up right where they left off. It's like if you have that connection and know what your receiver's gonna do, you know that timing, like you're already a step ahead. And it's like that showed tonight, like all those like back shoulder throws. It's like he knows exactly when Jamar's gonna break, and Jamar knows exactly when Burrow's gonna throw the ball. And it's like on third down, it's like I don't know how you're gonna stop that.
Right. And then Derek Carr definitely had some off timing with some of his receivers and tight ends. It was one of them where he thought that he was gonna go on the out, and then he threw it right in the corner, and it was just all bad. And then a couple that went to Waller. It was just, I don't know. It was just, you could tell like his timing wasn't all there today.
Yeah, with like everything that's gone on this year, it's like he started like, which it's like sad because he like really started getting that connection with Ruggs like early on because they didn't really have it last year. And then obviously, like what happened with that. And then you have to like find like a new person to like go to. And he was kind of getting that with Zay Jones a little bit, but then it's like, they're like, they just know exactly like third down, he's looking at Renfro or Waller. So it's like, we're going to double team those spots and trust our guys on the outside to be one-on-one. And like our receivers like aren't really like showing they can get open on the outside. So it's like, it's easy to game plan. It's like, and then obviously like that last play, he just kind of was like, all right, I guess you got to like force it into double coverage, and I got picked off. But it's like, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, that was a little like head scratcher for me because I was just like, was it just nobody else open? Was that the best option that you had?
He had it for a little bit. He got bullied.
The play call was stupid because like if you look at it from like a broadcast view, Waller and Renfro aren't even in the end zone. They're like at the 8-yard line. I'm like, it's 4th and goal. You got to get the end zone.
Right.
It's like, obviously they're going to double or triple team who's ever in there. Like if Renfro or Waller catches it, they're just going to go and tackle him because they need a touchdown. It's like, you need to get everyone in the end zone. So like the last play call was a little like kind of a head scratcher. It's like, just send everyone to the end zone and just be like, honestly, just get open. Like you have no other option at that point. It's like, you can't get creative. It's 4th and goal from the 10 with like 20 seconds left. It's like, just get in the end zone. And just hope like someone holds you or you catch it. It's like, but having guys like 8 yards away from the goal line, it's like that's not like I don't know what you're gonna do. Like how do you expect to score?
Yeah, that one is a little. And another thing too, I feel like I don't know if y'all went away from or y'all just didn't do it enough for me. Is Josh Jacobs, to me, he was eating them up.
Oh my gosh.
And like he just didn't. I mean, he had 13 attempts or 13 rushes for like 80-something yards. But I was
he was averaging like 6 yards a carry and like had his longest run of the season. And like it's like I get it. You're down, like you got to go score quick. But it's like it's not like Josh was like getting stuff for like 2 or 3 yard gains. It's like he was getting good gains and like finding the hole. It's like if you're running like that successfully and getting more than 5 yards a carry, it's like don't go away from it. Unless you're like down crazy, but it was like a 1-score game and we're just not giving Josh the ball at all.
Yeah, so that was something I was just like, why don't they give him the ball more? But, and then plus Cincinnati didn't really have nothing. Like Joe Mixon was kind of playing hurt out there and he didn't really have anything going. So it was just like, I feel like another thing too was just, it was going to get exploited eventually. Like, I guess you guys cornerbacks was just like, I don't know what they were doing. Like the fact that Jamar Chase was out there just doing whatever and just, like, I mean, granted, Cincinnati does have a lot of weapons. They do have Jamar Chase, Boyd, and T. Higgins. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, okay, kind of like pick your poison. But I feel like they was just out there kind of getting to whatever they wanted to, essentially, or what it looked like to me.
Yeah, like, so Casey Hayward, like, I'm going to admit, he's pretty lax, like, whoever he's on. but he's not the type that's going to go follow a receiver. So like when he had T Higgins, I think he held T Higgins like 1 or 2 catches. Like T Higgins didn't really do much, but it's like whatever side Chase was on, if he was on our second corner, whether that's Brandon Faison or Desmond Trufant, they were just going to that matchup. Because they tried to pick on when Chase was on Hayward's side, they tried to pick on him a couple times, but it didn't really work. So like, all right, we're just not going to throw at Casey Hayward and just pick on whoever the second corner is, and that worked.
Right.
It was like, yeah. Especially with like the timing Burrow and Chase have, it was like, it was pitch and catch at that point.
And then another, I'll let you go, Jamar, but another backbreaker was just like when they thought Joe Burrow stepped out of bounds and he threw it in the back of the end zone, and like everybody just stopped playing. Like the whistle blew and everybody stopped.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like I'm never the type to say Raiders versus refs or nothing like that, because I said right when I got on that like we beat ourselves. Like we had too many penalties, too many drops, stuff like that. But it's like when the whistle blows, naturally you're just going to stop. Any sport you play, it's like professional, amateur, anything like that, you're going to stop. And like the whistle blew like right when he threw it, and everyone stopped and they scored. I was just like, are you serious?
They should have definitely brought that one back.
It's like, even if it's like controversial, when you blow a whistle, that's on the refs. Like you blow a whistle, the play's dead. Just rerun the down.
Right.
It's like, because you could see everyone stopped, but it's like.
Yeah, that was an absolute backbreaker.
Yeah, right.
I think that was the last time they scored.
I was surprised.
Yeah, that was their last TD.
Didn't go for it on 4th down. Y'all just kept settling for field goals.
I mean, kicking was good.
I mean, it's the
red zone efficient. Like, I'm really anxious to see what they're gonna do with the coaching, because the red zone offense has been terrible. Like since like the whole like Gruden thing happened, like we cannot score when we get inside the 20. Like it's sad. Like you're like, and it's like there's penalties and play calling, because we got Josh to the 1, but then they called a holding, so we had to settle for a field goal. Deshaun had that one drop on 3rd and goal. He probably would have gotten in. We had that one play where it like bounced off of like the player's head.
Yeah.
Like it bounced off his helmet, and Waller easily would have had a TD probably. It's like little stuff that happens, but it's like it happens every week. Like they cannot score in the red zone. Like 1 TD and like 8 chances, like that's not going to get it done.
Yeah, you could kind of tell. Like just how they were playing, and like I said, how just off it was. It was just like, to me, they didn't really have like a go-to, or just like the confidence wasn't really there. Like to me personally.
Yeah, it's like
I don't watch too many Raider games.
Yeah, like the team has a lot of grit and heart, and like they can win those close games, but it's like you could easily be blowing teams out if you just like were more efficient and just limited those like little mistakes. Yeah, it's like holdings and false starts always happen on like a 3rd and 1 or like a 3rd and 5, or like in the red zone. It's like that's not, then you're just backed up, and then it's like, all right, let's just settle for a field goal at this point. But it's like you're 3rd and 1 for like the 5. Then there's a false start. You don't get the 3rd down. You kick a field goal. They go down and score. It's like you're just killing yourself at that point.
Yeah. So I guess before we transition over to the NBA, how would you, as a Raiders fan, or speaking for Raiders fans out there, like how bad did this one sting? Or like, is this something that you should walk with your head held high about? Or is it just like, nah, like this one needs to hurt?
It hurts, but it's like the fact that this team made the playoffs after everything they went through this year. Like I'm stoked about that. I'm just curious. Like, I don't want them to ruin it in the offseason, because we have one of the youngest teams in the league, and we were 10-7, made the wild card, the 5th seed. It's like, don't go blow it up. It's like, make the right coaching decisions, re-sign some guys, bring in some like good vets or something like that. But it's like, don't blow the whole thing up just because of like, I feel like too many teams will do that. It's like, that's the last thing they should do. Just get the coaching decisions right, get the right offensive coordinator, get a right head coach, and it's like, just continue building. It's like, don't blow it all up like with like, yeah. If they run it back with the same team next year and new coaches, I think they can easily win the division. Not easily, but they have a shot at winning the division.
Do you want to keep the head coach, or do you want a new guy in there?
I think he's a good like guy, and the team rallies around him. But it's like you can tell like the experience wasn't there. Like just how to manage a game.
Yeah.
It's like I'd rather have like a guy who like been there before, coached playoff games, knows how to run everything, knows when and not to call timeouts, when to sub guys in, just how to manage a playoff game. Because you could tell there's like little mistakes, like delay a game, stuff like that, calling timeouts too early. It's like that all comes from like experience. And it's like if we can get a guy who's like been in the playoffs before and like knows how to manage a game, I would like that. But it's like in terms, like I would also not mind keeping Bisaccia just because the team does rally around him. Like they love him. So it's like that kind of works too. But
I would just say, like, I mean, I like him as a coach. I don't think I'm not really in depth with like changing head coaches every time something go wrong or you lose one playoff game. Like This man, I don't know how many games he coached exactly, but he coached a good amount. He won a lot of games. He made it to the playoffs, like you said. I don't think they should just get rid of him. Maybe get them some more experienced coaches, like a better offensive coordinator. Definitely
For
out
sure,
there.
offensive.
I feel like you can still do something with this guy at the helm. I don't think you should just completely get rid of him. I like Bisaccia.
No, yeah, I do too. And like the team likes him too. Like they were legit rallying around him. Like we were 6-7, end of the season, 10-7 in the playoffs. Like they rally around him. It's like for sure, like obviously get a new receiver, fix up the offensive line. Like there's like new things that the team needs to focus on. But it's like I personally like unless if they do get a new coach, like it's gotta be like someone like way better that it's like you can't pass up on this guy.
Yeah.
But if it's like actively just searching for a dude and like not knowing, it's like just keep who you got because like the team already knows him. It's like you already have a kind of like a culture built. It's like just run it back. But in like unless they get a guy who's like experienced and is like 10 times better than him as a coach, I wouldn't fire him or like do anything like that right away.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, man. Let's transition over to that NBA. What James Worthy like to say, Jamar, get some of that Laker ass. They got blown out tonight by the Nuggets by almost 40 points tonight. What was it, 37 points tonight? And just to go down the stat sheet, LeBron finished 9-23 with 25 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. And just to talk about him just for a hot second, I feel like tonight, like his energy wasn't there. Like I feel like right around after halftime, like he just kind of like his effort was half-assed, kind of, and like kind of in the beginning of the game too. Like I feel like he kind of got himself out the game because he was crying a whole lot, like for fouls the entire first half. He was just like, "Oh, foul, 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 foul." So I feel like that kind of like put y'all at a disadvantage, and then kind of got him out the whole entire game as a whole. But how do you feel about LeBron's performance tonight?
You want me or you know? Just go.
It don't matter.
I mean, shit. Like I said earlier, you can't cry for a foul and then you when the other team's gonna take your brick and go down fast break 4-on-5, and then you get mad when the defense ain't rotating or switching right. Like it starts with you, like LeBron. Like you're the leader of the team. You can't be, especially in games like this where we need you completely there in your head. But when he mentally checks out, the rest of the team checks out, and you can visibly see it. Like when he takes the ball out, he'll just do it real fast, or he'll push the ball. When once he gets mentally checked out, it's downhill from there. It's downhill from there.
Yeah, 100%. Jax?
Honestly, like just like what I told you guys like last time, it's like they pick and choose when to dominate. It's like you got all the talent in the world. It's like just like the effort thing, and it's like I don't know how to describe this team. It's like one stretch to like dominate, win 4 games in a row. It's like you're like, all right, cool, they're back. And then they have like one loss where it's like to a team they shouldn't lose to, and then it just derails them and they start getting blown out, don't know how to play on the road. They start like kind of mentally checking out. It's like I don't know. You just hope they can figure it out before the playoffs and at least like avoid the play-in tournament. But at this point, it's like you're losing to the Kings and Nuggets back to back. It's like
it was ugly.
With the
so yeah,
Rudy Gobert. So and that's a national TV game.
Oh yeah, Monday. And then your boy Westbrook finished with 19 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. And guess what? Jay? No turnovers. Absolutely no turnovers tonight. Absolutely no turnovers. So, and I don't know if like I feel like it's easy to kind of like I said, I feel like just around the way, like I feel like y'all quick to blame Westbrook and stuff like that on just like the losing and just like the way stuff is looking right now. But I don't know if he had necessarily a bad game. It wasn't the greatest. Like he had a lot of misses. I didn't get like his efficiency, but I don't know. To me, it wasn't all his fault tonight. And another thing too, like I seen that I was like, all right, this is kind of eye popping to me is that like the Lakers run like no offense, like at all. Like when you guys come down, like you guys have like no sets. Like I don't ever see LeBron come down calling out any plays, Westbrook, any plays. Like it's kind of like you run down there, it's 4 guys standing around the 3-ball line, and so whoever they just pick turns and whoever sets a screen, and then y'all just kind of go from there, set little Spanish screens and flare out or whatever the case may be. But it's just like at this level, like you kind of have to have something to go to, like at certain scenario situations or whatever the case may be. And I feel like whenever I see y'all come down, it's just like a lot of freestyling, like pick and roll, kind of like just trying to figure it out. And I just like, to me, that's like, I don't know if that's necessarily like a championship team or championship trait for y'all.
Bring back the triangle.
Duh.
There you go. Bring
Phil
it back.
Jackson.
Bring it back. One,
Well,
2, 3.
It's tough when you just keep bringing in new dudes each year. It's like
Exactly. That's
I
probably why
don't
you
like.
can't
I
get an
still think
offense.
it's like, why are you blowing up the team just because? Like, it's basically like it feels like they're blowing up the team just because fans are complaining on Twitter and Instagram, and not like I
100%.
don't know. It's like annoying. It's like they were hurt last year, which is why they couldn't make the run they wanted to. You run like if you run it back with the same team and stay healthy, they're a top 3 team in the league with Montrez, KCP, Kuz, Bron, AD, all that. But instead, you trade all them, get Westbrook, and there's no offensive like consistency. There's nothing like that. You don't know who needs to have the ball in their hand. There's people getting like obviously injuries play a part, and then it's like you got that whole mentally checking out thing. It's like it just doesn't work. It's like the best teams in the league right now are the ones that can keep that core together for a while, like the Suns, Jazz, Warriors, like the Nets. It's like stuff like that. It's just we just don't have that.
But yeah, man. And the reason why I feel like I go so hard or why I don't give LeBron a pass is because literally he said it. That too. And literally he said it in August. He was like, look, man, keep the same energy, keep the same narrative, and I'm just doing my part. That's all I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? He was like, keep the same narrative. Like, my team is old and blah, blah, blah. It's not going to work. And it's like, I feel like maybe he thought that we didn't know something that he didn't or whatever the case may be. But, you know, I mean, it's starting to show. And Lakers right now, looking at the 7th seed? I don't know. Like, I feel like right now every team is kind of like really tired or like playing real, like it's a lot of lopsided L's like across the whole league or whatever. So I feel like everybody's just trying to like hang on up until All-Star break and then like kind of re-energize or whatever the case may be and then go after it again. Do you think that that's the case for y'all, or do you think like like
not at all?
Why you say that?
Because our losing doesn't come from we're being tired. Our losing comes from lack of effort. Just like share, like I'm not just. I don't know about you, but when you play ball, like your objective is like the guy you're guarding, the guy in front of you. I'm not gonna let him score. I'm not gonna let him get anything. The Lakers don't take pride in stopping somebody on defense. They don't take pride in getting in front of the ball or rotating. They don't. Burnout. I don't think that's our problem. I think it's effort, and we're a 500 team. We show up half the time.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like last year they had the number 1 like defensive like rating in the entire league. So you could tell like them losing was just basically not having like Bron or AD. But like they were trying to keep it close because like they would lock in on defense and like took pride in that. This year it's like they're one of the worst, and then it's like who's gonna show up today? And it's like you can't rely on the dudes you sign on little 1-year prove it deals to carry the offense. It's like you got to rely on like the guy you're paying $40 million to show up every night. Like obviously Bron's like shown like he's coming every night and like trying to do, but like he has his little mental checkouts if the team's not doing well. And then you got Anthony Day-to-Day Davis, like not like it's like I get it, injuries are part of it, but it's like it feels like every like I remember like in that finals run, like it felt like every like game he was going down with something. It's like I don't know.
I'm just nervous for when AD come back and that first time he fall again, and we wonder if he out for 8 weeks or 8 minutes. I'm worried about that.
Yeah, man, because I don't know, like
I don't know. Like I forgot. Remember earlier in the season, someone was keeping the count of the 80 floor count. I'll look up the count.
Me and you was keeping count, and then like I just kind of lost count. I was like, yeah, this boy hits the ground too much.
Yeah,
but I don't think that AD does. I don't think AD fixed the problem. But a question I had for Jamar and you too, Jax. Like in LeBron's 4-year tenure with the Lakers, like how would you grade it? Like everything all included, like the 2019, the 2020, 21 and then this year, like how would you all like what would you kind of like if that was his whole body of work, how would you kind of grade it, or like how would you feel as a fan? Do you think that he delivered on what he was supposed to, or would you be like it was kind of like
year 1 we lost them because of the groin we lost them because of the injury on Chris.
We smacked Golden State. I remember that. Yeah, we smacked the Warriors.
Lonzo was playing good. Kuz was playing good.
Lance was dancing on him playing. Yeah, it's like I remember that.
Went downhill. We lost. The season was savage after that. Next year, 2020, we traded everybody, got AD. Things started to change. It looked different. We were winning 50 games. We were beating the Bucks. We were beating people. Everybody was looking good. Before Danny Green had death threats and stuff like that, we looked good. And then last year, we lost AD. LeBron, we still play good. Then LeBron he hurt his ankle and he missed. I forget how much time, but that took a toll on us. We weren't able to bounce back from that. And then we had a coming year. Drummond came his first game, lost his toenail. Then we
I remember
that. So
Man,
that
man,
was a lot
I
of
really remember though,
got hurt that
because
series.
like it's so funny to me like how forgetful y'all get, because it's just like you remember when Drummond came, y'all was like, man, like Drummond. As soon as Drummond come to LA, it's over, it's a wrap. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
I
just
felt
like,
like that.
dog,
I'm not gonna lie.
relax, relax. It's like, oh
Well,
yeah,
it's
watch when
like
Drummond get here.
I think you just like based off like the 2020 year, it's like you realize like if Bron and AD are healthy and clicking, like if them two are locked in, it doesn't matter who's on the floor with them. But it's like having them locked in is like some of the biggest things, and having them both on the floor together. Like last year, I felt we would have ran it back. Like we were like 24 and like 5 before AD got hurt.
Right.
And then started finally clicking with like lost a couple games, finally started clicking with Braun after the All-Star break with just him running the show. And then Solomon Hill like hurts his ankle. Like I'm blaming that. Like I remember that against the Hawks. He gets hurt, and then it's like you got no one, and then you gut the entire team, bring in Westbrook, and it's like starting basically from square one again. There's no like rhythm, consistency. I would still give him a B just because he brought a championship and like made the Lakers relevant again. Because those years after like Kobe's last couple years, and then obviously those like
Yeah, we weren't
couple
on
years
that
like
for
yeah.
some seasons. We were looking like the Kings. We were on national TV. Nobody would come play with us, or yeah, we were looking bad.
So you
Like,
give him a
I
B.
remember I
Jamar,
got
what
like
do you give? Go
I
ahead.
remember I got Laker tickets for like Kings prices, and I was like, wow, that's like crazy. It's like usually Staples isn't like this. Like every game's expensive, like every game's worth going to. But like I remember for like a while, it was like tough to like get people to like want to go and watch them just because they were that bad. And then Braun made them relevant again. Like people wanted to like
Go
watch
watch the
LA
game.
play, and they started winning again, winning it like they got a ship. So it's like I'd give him B just because of like the relevance factor, and he actually brought like a championship. So
Jay,
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my B.
stick with a B.
A lot of the time, hear me out. LeBron was playing good for the majority of his force. Like individual play, his individual play has been stellar. You cannot knock that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
His individual play has been stellar. It's just been his supporting cast, which I mean is a part of basketball. You need a team in order to do good. When your team is doing good, yes.
Yeah, no, it's yes, but it's like when
Come
has
on now.
LeBron really had a team outside of Miami?
When the Suns are firing on all cylinders and everybody is playing, when Chris Paul is playing, when Aiden's playing, when you got health, like you always say, best ability is availability. If you're not available, then we're not the team we're supposed to be. We're only as strong as our link.
But if, like I'm saying to you,
the guy that's going to
you can't
wide open layups, constant fast breaks, then that's what we
you
are.
can't debate that for Bron if he's like, all right, like keep that same energy when he assembles a whole team. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you can't be like, oh well, LeBron don't have no help. It's like no, like he wanted these dudes. Like, so what are you talking about?
AD hasn't played in the last 13 games.
He knew street clothes when he got him.
LeBron
knew street clothes was
amount of time. LeBron even missed a significant amount of time. LeBron just started playing enough games to be considered for the league leader in points. He just started playing that. He probably 3-4 games ago. The amount of games he played just started accumulating to be accounted for that. So I mean, we missed a lot of games, and yeah.
I don't know. I hear a whole lot of.
It's just
excuses.
frustrating. It's just frustrating.
Yeah. It's a whole lot of frustration.
It's like because you know what this team can do. It's like the people on.
I feel like we have a chance every night, but then we just blow it.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of frustration going on. And one thing I had to, because like I'm just like I feel like I'm so petty when it comes to like Laker fans and stuff like that or whatever. But it's just like something that was just on my chest because we was arguing about it in the group chat earlier. Is that like how y'all forget? It's like, am I wrong for like, because I've seen a lot of people getting mad at D-Book for saying like, quit saying the mama mentality, and shout out to D-Book. He was like, quit yelling mama mentality from your mama couch or whatever the case may be. But my thing is that like, why is everybody in Lakerland or a lot of Laker fans getting offended when like the D-Book and Kobe comparisons and all this other stuff? But it's just like, if you really want to get surgical and rewind it to 2018, like when the Suns were sucked, and then like everybody thought when Stephen A. Smith or whatever the case may be was going on national TV, like, oh yeah, the Suns, the Lakers should go target D-Book and package Kyle Kuzma in a bag of chips and DJ Banga and go get D-Book out of Phoenix because you know what I'm saying, like they need to rescue D-Book. He over there wasting his time. And all when that was happening, it was cool when he had the mom mentality. It was cool when Kobe was his favorite player then. But like now, all of a sudden, now it's offensive. It's just like, to me, that's a little corny.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about, so you wasn't in those. You wasn't in those conversations like, D Book coming to LA. Blah 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 blah. Kobe his favorite player, right?
I don't remember that. I wasn't even. Back then. I was high on our guys. That's when we had Lonzo and Slim and Randall and all them. I wanted to keep those guys together. So
I remember we kind of went like, well, honestly, as a Laker fan, like you hear like everyone's linked to the Lakers. It don't even matter.
Right.
Like I remember seeing like Westbrook and AD like trade rumors back in like 2017, and like Bron rumors back. Like it's like you're just like it's a big market. Like star players are gonna be linked. But honestly, like I remember that 2018 year, like Lonzo's rookie year and Kuz's rookie year, like we made like a little run after we got IT, but then everyone got hurt. And I was like hoping like let's build off this, and then we got Bron. And I was like, there's no way we're keeping this young core. Like Bron's gonna get sick. He's gonna get sick of this after 1 year. And like we still even made a run, but then that Warriors game he got hurt, and I was like downhill after that.
Yeah, but yeah, that was just a conversation we was having. I was just like, everybody's mad at Book and saying that quit comparing them to Bob, and he's came out and said it multiple times. It's just like, stop comparing me to Kobe. I'm not Kobe. But it's just like I feel like y'all don't want to hear that. Like I just like I don't understand what it is, or like you know what I'm saying. But I get it at the same time, man. But that's gonna wrap it up for us today, man. So I'll catch y'all tomorrow at 10:30. The Suns play the Pistons at 10:30 in the morning. So hopefully we can get it together.
Beat the Bucks.
Oh yeah, y'all got the Bucks, so maybe we can hop on at that. What time does the Bucks play?
We play at 10 a.m. Pacific time.
So we might even hop on at the same time. And then on Monday we should be back again because y'all play the Jazz.
Yeah.
Y'all got a tough schedule, man. Y'all got a tough schedule, man. But till next time, man. Peace.
Peace.
All right.